Here we go.
All right, well.
In just a moment. We're just getting everyone together here. Nucleo, are you around at all? Okay. Well,
Yes,
we'll
I
get him
am.
on there. Okay, great. So we need you on camera and we need you in game. So I can invite you to party. Nucleo is going to be my co-caster here. We have been doing a lot of planning out for next season. A lot of little changes that we think are going to go a long way as far as how players are divided up. We're going to be cutting things down to 4 teams. We're going to be having a much shorter but more action-packed season. I am very excited for the stuff we've got coming up. But first of all, well, we need a champion for this season. So, for those of you just tuning in, this is a team league. Each team will be having similarly ranked players go against each other. We've got things divided into Code A, Code B, Code S, and then we've also got 2v2. Every matchup, they're going to be shooting for 2 points. The first team to get to 5 points wins the coveted FSL trophy, of which there isn't one. But the bragging rights are real, people. They are very real. Nucleo, you hyped up?
I am extremely hyped up. I have been watching pretty much every weekend for the season, either on VOD or live, and I have to say that these are probably like 2 of the best teams. Definitely 2 of the best teams that have been performing throughout this entire season. There's some notable matchups that I'm very excited to see, and I hope we get to see today. Let's see how this thing plays out.
Yep. Now, trick here is you gotta have kind of the best of your division. So it's not just having the very top player of the whole league. You also have you have to have kind of the top of the middle, top of the low level. Here, we're gonna be bringing the team captains in right now.
Hello.
All right, we have War Bunnies, the captain of the Angry Space Hares, and Neutrophil, the captain of Pull the Boys. It has been a long, dramatic season. How are you guys doing today?
Doing well.
A little bit scrambling, but doing our best.
Yeah, a lot of backstage chaos with Angry Space Hares, and yet you guys have been very consistent. You know, whatever you've ended up with has usually worked out.
Well, our team is really good, so I have a lot of really good players, so I feel very happy with that. But getting everyone here, it's always like herding cats a little bit, and especially with last minute pullouts. Code B is going to be hard for us to cover.
And I'm assuming you're beyond the veils. Could you maybe tilt the camera down so we at least see the
thing is even more broken than normal, so I'll try, but it falls off. It falls off if it goes too far.
Oh man, I gotta take you holiday tech shopping, dude.
Nah, it works fine.
Help. It works. Oh, it does. Okay, thank you very much for letting us know that. Neutrophil, I know you guys. You guys were well lined up going into this. You got a game plan, right?
Yep, definitely do.
All right, beautiful. So we're gonna be starting with Code S.
One quick question to the teams. How much have you guys been preparing for particular matchups against each other?
So our team, not at all. But we've been playing a lot of StarCraft, so we're not like locked into a matchup per se, but our guys have put a lot of time in, so I feel pretty good.
My team, we've not coordinated times to play together so much, or for practice, but we've all been practicing individually, so I think we're all pretty prepared.
Okay, great. Here, we're going to be starting with Code S. Those are our top-ranked players from each team. I'm gonna be bringing Tomic in here too. He's gonna be taking on you, Neutrophil. Welcome to Tomic.
Hello.
All right, we are getting ready for the final Code S matchup of the season. How you doing?
Great.
All right, wonderful. I'm going to be starting the two of you out on Celestial Enclave, and then Tato Citadel will be next. So I'm going to bring everyone into party right now.
It's party time.
Mm-hmm. That's right. It is time to end the season with some lovely festive fireworks. KJ, you go ahead and join in too. Beautiful.
The season started in the summer, and now it is definitely winter. Actually, it might have started in the spring.
It's been interesting, but we're going to be keeping things a little bit more compact going forward. There's a lot of fun stuff we're going to be sharing very soon, as well as doing quite a bit of recruiting. So keep your eye out for some posts about the next season. All right. If everybody's ready, I'm going to divide you up into your soundproof lobbies, and we are going to hit it on Celestial Enclave.
Alright.
Alrighty indeed. Okay.
The Celestial Enclave for Game 1. Definitely a kind of unorthodox map.
Yeah, we just decided to let Hyperturtle pick and put him on the most interesting maps, and away we go.
Yeah. Basically, we've been playing last season's maps during the normal season, but for the playoffs, we finally made the jump to modern times. And, yeah, Team Liquid Map Contest, they've been getting a little bit more adventurous.
Yeah, it's interesting because this matchup right here is one I wanted to, in the finals, if we had like a Code S top, I think Neutrophil, Chatomic, Dark Menace would be very interesting to see play a round robin with a fourth movement.
I completely agree. Either Neutrophil or Chatomic Chatomic versus Dark Menace. Probably the Code S matchups I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Here, let's hold that thought, though, because in the lower left, we have the green Protoss, and he is is captaining the team of
Hold the voice.
And in the top right, we have the red Terran. His name is...
Somebody call for an exterminator.
And he's playing for the team of...
Alright, so we talked about some unorthodox things. This map has kind of a low, just kind of half mineral, half Bespin pocket, but it's also one that workers can kind of sneak through a little bit.
So, as a Protoss, I hate this map PvP. It is the worst map that's ever been for PvP, and it is because the Protoss really struggles with cannon rush, but you can't see the little bastard come in the back or the front, and it's a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's really dumb for mid-level players to deal with cannon rush. You just click one in the back, one in the front, and there's cannons everywhere. I had to say I hate this map.
I've seen other kind of weird little proxies where they're actually building production stuff in there. So.
Oh yeah. You let a probe.
It's,
you can't keep the probe out. You just let them in. Like, oh, here you go, probe's in. Or you can try to wall that and then wall the front. It's just.
That's anyway. A lot of walling, yeah.
For this matchup, I'm very, very interested to see because chat is actually pretty good versus Protoss generally. So. But Neutrophil is pretty good against Terran, so this is good on good. This is... Yeah.
Yep. Tomic has served to impress. He's also helped out with a little bit of translating as well. He's got things down in both his French and his English.
That was perfect, by the way.
Yep. Stayed for just long enough. Oh, here we go.
He's gonna get caught.
Neutrophil sending the stalker in. Oh.
He got caught.
Oh no.
No.
The Reaper gets taken down.
Chat was back. You could see he was back at his base doing
Yep.
things.
So both
Absolutely.
the Terran player and the Protoss player elected to ignore the pocket base, which I think is actually the correct call.
Right.
Yeah, well, against it, unless you're against Zerg, it's half minerals, so
Got a nice delay on the command center there.
yeah.
Yeah, it's more of something to fall
Oh,
back
he's gonna pay
on.
for it with a stalker then. Oh,
Well,
he got
hull
away!
A lot of hull
That
damage.
stalker is very battle scarred now. And by the way, for neutrophil, we are
shots.
going with robotics facility first into Twilight Council, and we have a nice defensive
1-1-1
cyclone.
for the Terran. Yeah. Everything is like pretty exactly where you'd expect it to be this type of the game. There was a little bit nice of delay, so there's a couple workers ahead for the Protoss. You expect this time of the game, but I'd say that's probably 2 or 3 workers that he killed by making that delay happen. So this first little push out's really annoying to handle as a Protoss. The Mariners coming out, obviously.
And that first Reaper isn't always just for harassment and scouting. Sometimes, well, can still be for scouting, but generally you want it there as an early warning.
This with the warp prism right here and the aggressive play on both sides, I don't think he has enough up front, and he might blunder in to the cyclone.
Yeah, but he sees this now.
2
so
of
he
his
should be able
stalkers
to
are over in the
reposition
pocket
his
at the
unit.
moment.
Yeah, but seeing it and doing something about it are 2 different things.
Right? He's got that tank to fall back on.
The shield battery goes down already. He won't
Yeah.
be able to leverage that for the defense.
Yeah,
Yep.
it didn't get the chance to recharge anything there. Right, there we go.
I
The
think,
workers
below
are
ground,
being
I think it
closed.
has to be abandoned. Yeah, like I said, that's the one thing that's really hard. Is, the counter damage is what he's going to need to count on. Because he's taking his warp prism across, but I don't know what he'll be able to warp in because he's going to be heavily supply blocked when this goes down.
Indeed.
Yeah, Neutrophil showed a lot of
Anything he
confidence
works in
with
over
his
there is
1K.
something that isn't defending back home.
Well, warping in, that's a pipe dream right now.
It is indeed. He must construct additional pylons, everybody.
There he goes. He got one, and he warped in here, so there's nothing. He's got the 2 adepts. I mean, and that's going to be good,
Okay. Yeah,
but
I mean,
the 2 adepts aren't winning the game. And
He's also distributing a lot of damage on these workers right now. So
yeah,
he's not
well,
really
he's got to be
gonna
paying
make it good.
attention to the front.
Of course, yeah.
Like, there's Terran in the front. Terran is scary.
Siege tank
You know
up
what's really
front,
crazy?
Siege tank back at home.
Is the amount of DPS that the landed Viking does.
Against the right targets, yeah. Definitely against
Oh, it's-
Stalkers and Immortals.
It's just crazy. And they're cheaper now, too. They're like mini
Yep.
immortals.
Alright.
Sorry, my Protoss, even though I'm rooting for my team to victory, my Protoss heart is still
Well,
Pulling the boys, as the team
Neutrophil
implies.
is
Yes.
pulling the boys.
He's gonna clean it up, but
But
yeah.
wow.
yeah.
Oh, even now, there's still some stuff up there, and
Oh,
yeah, he
they're
ended up
even in
having to take that
workers?
half pocket base.
Yeah, they're even in workers, but like, yeah,
Here
You
come
don't
the
wanna be-
adepts again.
he's down quite a bit of supply, and
Got 3 worker kills there.
yeah, 2
And here he
immortals.
is.
That's not nothing. That's a lot of that's a lot of red walking across the map, though.
Yep, the Red
Yeah,
Parade.
Chitopic is looking to finish things.
Yeah, and
I'm liking this, just, using those barriers to allow those mortals to just clean up a little bit more. But we're going to be getting another clash in just a
So
moment.
this is interesting. Neutrophil's trying to retake his natural while this push is going out. This shows a ton of confidence, but also partially, Neutrophil kind of needs to take a risk like this to get back into the game at this point.
yeah.
Exactly. Combination of confidence, but also a bit of desperation. This is
The
a
Immortals
whole
are
lot
in the
of
front. He might be able to
DPS
target the siege tanks. No, he backs away.
Didn't get a single hit on them so far.
Nope, that's
One of the
fine.
Immortals goes down.
I would recall. Okay, yeah. So he's sent the adepts and he's brought the micro from the prism might be the only thing that saves him. But
Comet with double the army supply right now.
yeah,
The problem is all these Terran units, they're instant hits. There's no projectiles with any of these units, so even with a War Prism, he won't be able to out-micro this.
the tank shots is what I was thinking.
Yep. That's the linchpin here. That's where the Marines can just keep falling back to over and over.
Yep. I'd like to see Chitamic expand that he's got him hemmed in. There is that pocket base that he's mining from, but if you just sit on this ramp, he can't come down.
Yeah, I would love to see that Warp Prism over there on the right-hand side, warp in a few zealots and flank this army. I think that might be his only out of this.
Link's almost done, so that's really good. I don't think the Terran has Stim started. Is it? Oh, it's done already. My bad. I missed that completely.
A lot of red reinforcements on the way here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like the flank is about to be intercepted.
Oh, yep. Just unlucky.
Couple of charge lots that aren't going to be able to do all that much.
I mean, they're pushing through.
They are. He's taking full advantage.
That's a lot of
ground,
Marines, though, and there's no splash.
Exactly. Get pulled down, and this is the GG.
That was
He
well
able
played by both.
Got that initial damage in, and then it just kept accumulating.
Somebody call for an exterminator.
I think that Neutrophil was a little aggressive. He wanted to send the Warp Prism first to go out and get some brass done, and Chitamic was on his front door.
Yeah, I think that game was just a little unfortunate because Neutrophil clearly thought something was going to come in through his back door where the pocket base was. He sent 2 stalkers there, but unfortunately, that left his front door wide open and he couldn't defend the shield battery, which he really needed to if he was going to defend the natural.
I'd like to point out that the APM between the two, Neutrophil was at 217 and Chitamic was at over 300 APM.
Yeah, Chitamic is a fast boy. I've played against the guy. He's a fast boy.
Fast boy Chitamic, ladies and gentlemen.
That's like that number of APM for 1 minute is like what I use in a game, like a 10-minute game.
Well, we will be seeing your APM at work before too much longer, but in the meantime, here we go. And yeah, love that Terran campaign music.
So Taito's Citadel, definitely a different map here. I think this is far more
Way more
standard, but
straightforward. Wait,
just a very large map. Like, it lends itself very well to macro games and less towards this, like, very quick aggression.
Yes.
They're going to know where the initial aggression is going to go from anyway. Now, in the upper left, we have our green Protoss. He is.
Neutrophil.
And
War Buddies,
he
you want to take this one?
is leading the team.
Hold the boys.
Alright, buddies, you can do it.
Nope.
Alrighty, in the lower right, we have the red Terran. He is.
Somebody call for an exterminator.
And he is representing his very silent captain in the team of.
Angry Space Hares.
So, for this matchup, this map is, I think, one of the better maps for this. I think both Terran and Protoss hate playing Zerg on this map because the bases actually end up, your third and your fourth end up pretty far away from each other, and so it just gets hard to control.
Yep. Long
For
walk
the-
between the bases.
The Terran, it's hard to turtle. It's harder to play turtle Terran on this map, but it's easier to play drop Terran on this map. So we'll see what our Terran friend plays. And I think the Protoss is the same thing. It's hard to turtle up to like carriers and Colossus and Storm, but if you're in their face, it's really good. There's a lot of Blink Stalker shenanigan spaces for this map. You can just blink them into the main, you can blink them into the natural, just kind of walk around. So,
And you saw Neutrophil kind of taking a peek at potential third just to see if there were any proxy built inside in there.
So Neutrophil doing the 1-gate expand again. Very confident move, I think.
Yeah, especially how the last one went. But
Yeah.
I think he might stay at home, knowing that Chatomic is a bit of an aggressive player.
Yeah,
Like,
I think this
look
map,
at this. Instead, I said aggressive, and he drops a bunker as soon as I said that.
Well, yeah, I
Well-
think the thing with this map also is the straight path towards your opponent's base is blocked by destructible debris. So that sort of parade push that Chatomic tried to do would just take so much longer if he tried to do it on this map.
It's very true. It's
All right. Again, poking the Reaper in, taking the Reaper out, and then just keeping it there. Yeah, so he gets a little bit of a heads up if anything moves out.
By the way, I didn't bring this up to Chatomic when we talked before the game, but I forgot to mention that Neutrophil loves his hidden bases. This probe went to where I thought he was gonna put his sneaky third down in the corner, but he didn't. Is this even a Neutrophil probe? You forgot you were in the corner. You didn't put your base down.
We thought we knew you, Neutrophil. We knew
I
nothing.
feel betrayed.
Oh, look at this Reaper. Gonna get a nice little probe kill there.
Oh, he's gonna get another. Get him! Ah,
Oh,
I got him.
nice.
And beat feet. No, further away. Beat feeties.
Come on,
No!
don't overstay your welcome.
You were macro. That's the second time that he's got macroing, where he clicked it away. He thought it was safe, and it wasn't far enough away, and he was back home macroing.
Yeah, I mean, well, Chatomic's got his priorities down.
Well, maybe it was to free up supply. That Reaper is dead weight.
Oh,
It was
maybe.
too much supply. Too much supply. Just get rid of him now.
Yeah.
He got his 2 workers. Let him go. The
Hallucinations
Cyclone's on
go.
an adventure.
Yeah, Neutrophil sees everything that's going on at this point.
Yeah. The Cyclone is on a long adventure here. Where are you going, Cyclone?
To wherever the wind blows.
Oh.
Well, Cyclones have some nice stuff going, and they can do some damage and retreat, and even keep doing damage as they're retreating, so...
Yeah.
I mean, initially, you usually have them there just as defensive measure.
Yeah, but with the Immortal here and the shield battery, yeah, no dice for that Cyclone. He's just gonna have to run on home. Early third base for Neutrophil, so he's really looking to power up his economy right now.
Yeah, they're both.
But
Bunker
similarly,
being savage.
Chatomic also has his third ready, so this is just shaping up to be a normal macro game from here.
Yeah. That's the
Indeed.
observer heading
We
across
got
the
Blink
map.
being researched, Templar Archive, nothing too surprising there. And Stim is just being started now.
Yeah.
So I'm really looking to see when
Does he
Neutrophil
notice
starts
the,
taking his extra gases, because
okay.
that's really going to dictate like what type of tech he'll be able to go for next. So I see he already has Templar Archives, but I think he's going to need way more gas for that.
That was an insta spot.
Oh yes, he smelled it.
I was going to say, I wonder if Neutrophil's played enough, because a couple times, like every Protoss has their Protoss brain click it into observer mode, and then just have it in, like, oh, I can see you now.
No, I think he's got that down at least, from what I've
He
seen.
did.
From him in the past, yeah.
He did, but it didn't. Chatomic
Yep.
didn't like where that one was. But like, yeah, Chatomic insta spotted it as soon as it moved. It's like, oh yeah, get wrecked.
And Neutrophil just making absolutely sure that he knows what to expect from his opponent this time. Already sent another observer. He's been keeping the hallucinations coming too.
Yeah, he's being active on the map with his army here. I think it makes more sense maybe to just be out on the map with your Blink Stalkers and keep the rest at home, potentially.
Yeah, that Immortal and Century are expensive to lose to 10. Let's see if he sees it again. Oh, he did. Look at that.
He's chasing it down.
Yeah. He's
The
waiting.
Predator always gives a telltale shimmer.
Oh, maybe he didn't. Maybe he was moving out because. Oh, maybe he saw the.
Okay, medevac getting taken down for nothing there.
All right, good pick off
Ooh,
there.
yeah.
Nice force field, just delaying the movement of the army a little bit.
Yeah, just a tiny bit. That's all you need.
This is the scariest part, though, for a Terran. As a Protoss, I mean, for the Protoss.
Protoss, yeah.
This always kills me, and that's one of the reasons I hate playing 1v1. This ball right here, it is so hard to hold.
He needs to power up one of those Templars. He's got the energy and the cooldown for it.
Very
Here
nice
we go.
blink micro here.
Excellent.
Just dealing
Excellent
like a
micro going around. There's that overcharge I was talking about.
Yeah, but the storm does not kill the boys like it used to.
No, not quite. And again, he's just finding himself at the mercy of those deep tanks, not able to move very far. And decent storm there.
Really good storm.
But a lot of shield batteries here, but they actually kind of got in the way of this movement. Very
That was
nice
a good
storm.
storm.
Kills a
Here
ton
we
of
go. He
Marines.
is going for it from two different angles here.
Yeah, that Immortal's just
Basic
making short
shot
work
on
of those
Marines.
tanks.
Okay, this is good for Neutrophil. He lost a lot, but his opponent's aggression was completely shut down. He did not lose any economy.
Yeah, but the Terran's economy is really good, and he's up 40 supply. So
Okay, yeah, there is that. I mean, if you want to look at the dark side of things.
for me, it's the bright side, but
Yeah.
um,
All right, here we go. Plenty of upgrades being researched right now for Chatomic.
yeah, this is like I said, this is the part where you've got to rely on those two storms hitting. The Immortals were shaved off. The Marauders can. Storm barely kills a Marauder now. And he doesn't know where he is. He's going to walk right up this ramp. If he scans in front, he
Right.
can stim up this ramp and kill everything here.
Yeah, this is a very tough
Liberation
location
zone,
to engage
he
in
just-
at this point.
And perfect timing, just as Neutrophil was creating a fourth base.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's been trying
that's a
for
lot of
couple
his
different
production
angles.
too. Those two,
No, it really is.
yeah.
Neutrophil doing the right thing here and sidestepping the Liberators and the tanks. Now a charge is also in play, which is going to make the Zealots much more effective versus this Bio Ball.
All right, and yep, Chatomic
Yeah, but
smelled
you gotta
that. He's
catch
like,
him.
all right, I got the mobility here. Oh,
Yeah.
although Blink is pretty mobile too. Still, those stalkers just outgunned at the moment. Here come the Zealots. That helps a bit.
Targeting down the medevacs, perfect move. Lint those bio units over stim and then make short work of them.
Yep. Regardless of all this, though, Chatomic just keeps building his supply lead.
Yeah, it's
Two unpowered gateways hanging out there.
As we said earlier, Chatomic's a fast boy.
Blink and you miss him.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's really quite impressive the amount of stuff he's doing while also just making a ton of units behind.
Yeah.
It's kind of reminiscent of like how Clem plays, where he's kind of always in your face and somehow always macros perfectly.
He's also out in France, so there's probably even some lag to consider too. This guy's a monster.
Oh yeah, that's right. We are playing on NA.
We are indeed. All right, forced
Well,
the
he
lift
got the
off there.
fourth.
I don't know
He
how
made
much.
the lift. So the Protoss forced the lift off on the Terran's fourth, but
Poor boy Blink.
Getting some worker kills as well. But the repair goes down. That fourth base is gonna be totally fine.
yeah, now it's a 4 base. If he can ever put workers back, it's 4 base to 3.
And
Nice
look,
hold
them kind of
position
going
micro.
into that storm and back out of that storm again.
Yep, now they're mining and it's going to turn into a planetary, it looks like. Yep, that's going to be a hard fourth for him to take. So even if this gets wiped out,
Very nice storms though.
yeah, nice.
think
It
he
was a
adjusted
nice
very
round.
well.
Oh, that was a whiff. The thing is, that's what I... Okay,
You want to
my
kind of
Protoss-
create these damaging areas.
Oh, my Protoss heart, this is how it breaks, because, like, those are great storms, and you feel like you have a bunch, but now the storms are gone, and there's 50 Marines left over at 1 hit point, it doesn't matter.
The forecast calls for an alarmingly sunny day now.
Yeah, and there's 200 supply of Marines streaming across the map, and you
yeah.
don't have Colossus, so...
Well, about 100 army supply anyway, but that's way more than Neutrophil has right now.
Yeah, and the the Terran is growing behind us.
Yeah, you see more and more production structures being created.
Yeah, this is it.
Dimming and just stutter stepping right through, and I think this is gonna be it. GG's.
That was incredibly well played by Chitana.
That is 2 points on the map. Space Hares.
Seemingly behind all his aggression, there was always another CC coming up as well.
Wow, that Clem-esque indeed.
All right, let's bring him in. All right. Very, very high damage games there. We are putting 2 points on the map for Angry Space Hares. Congratulations.
So, Neutrophil, we were saying during the match that Chatomic was playing so fast. Did you feel that on the other end? Or did you feel? Oh, you talk.
I feel like a lot of the Terrans I play in this code are like a very high APM, so I wouldn't say that was like unexpected, but he was definitely fast.
Yeah, Chatomic, you really had the aggression and taking care of your macro back home really very smooth in that game, where the first game and the second game, every time you were attacking, you were also building production, building CCs, building SCVs, and yeah, it was very smooth. Did it feel as nice to you as it looked to us?
Like, how would I say this? I did a decent job, but like 1 minute and 40 seconds of supply block is not what you're looking for. Like Neutrophil had 30 seconds. So it's just
So a moral victory for Neutrophil. Got it.
I'll take it.
No,
Yeah.
no,
He is
no,
his biggest critic, after all.
Yeah, I can see that, but you were dodging storms while that was happening and taking fourth base where you were knocking out his. So, yeah.
I mean, I took a huge storm at some point, which was quite painful. But I mean, I had a fourth base. He didn't have like the fourth quite ready, so I had 2-2. I don't know where it separates, but
Your upgrades were, I think, 2 ahead towards the end of the game.
yeah.
Yeah, there's always room for improvement, but definitely very impressive showing there. The aggression, you've just kept building behind that, and that was the big thing both times. Although the first game, that initial natural snipe, that really just set things in motion. It was all downhill from there.
Yeah, I tend to play like really aggressive game because I don't want to play against like high Colossus count and storms.
I hear ya.
I play a very aggressive. At some point, I built like a Ghost Academy, but I never used it.
The first game, actually, I think Neutrophil went for an aggressive. You both went for an ultra aggressive attack, and Neutrophil's move out was just a little slower than yours. He had his warp prism headed out, and you killed all his pylons, so he couldn't warp it into your base. Otherwise, it would have been a much different game.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, fortunate for us.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we are going at this, so we are going to be moving on to our Code A match. Those are our mid-level players. KJ, go ahead and join the lobby. I'm going to be switching everyone around here.
Hey, chat, if you're around later, we might need a 2v2, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Alright, we have Hurtin' Time from the Angry Space Hares, and we have the Little Reaper representing Pulled the Boys. Welcome.
Hello.
Alright, Little Reaper has been, kind of walking the line between Code A and Code S. He has never shied away from doing either. And Hurtin' Time, well, you've been like the mainstay of 2v2 for your team. I think one of the jokes going for a while was 2v2 was always Hurtin' Time and someone else you haven't teamed with.
Yeah.
In the past.
You know what's interesting for my team is this is Hurtin' Time right now is, even though he's Code S, both our Code B players besides me have improved so much that this is the most even matchup we could put forward. So,
yeah, and we are going to be, we've got some really impressive things we're doing as far as how to handle evening out the players next season. But for now, this is what we got. And both of you, very, very long-time FSLers. You definitely predate the team league by quite a while.
you guys have played against each other quite a few times, right?
Not a lot. Well, we have played against each other at least once that I can remember. I need to talk to those guys that improved a lot because I'm like hard stuck in Diamond 3 for like 10 years.
All right.
Well, Supli was Diamond 3 when he started, and he's closer to Masters now. And
Nice.
I mean, Chatomic that we just saw, he put on 300 MMR this season. So
Yeah, post in the general
Very
chat. I'm
nice.
sure a lot of people would love to share their secrets with you, man.
Yeah, really.
All right. Well, because they said I could choose any map I wanted, I went ahead and brought up Mothership because no one was quick enough to scream out no 3-player maps. And also, I just love this aesthetically. I love how much it kind of resembles the actual shape of Mothership. So,
I
Bite
think
me.
this would be the most interesting map for these two to play on too.
I think so too, and we will be finding that out one way or another.
Little Reaper, do you have any thoughts on this game?
I think Little Reaper typically stays quiet during the interview, and as soon as we ask in-game whether he's ready, he says ready about 13 times in all caps. So that is what we were waiting on here.
Okie dokie. Well, if Little Reaper has nothing to say and Hurt in Time is good, I think we should get rolling.
All right, let's rock, people.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
Little Reaper's play speaks for itself. So why don't we get to the game?
Little Reaper. Yep, he saw. Yeah, as soon as I moved him out of the interview, he supposed I am all caps remarkably ready. So I think we should start calling him Little Ready. I think that fits him very well, especially since he plays Protoss.
Real quick
Give him
before
that
we get
SpongeBob
started,
clan tag. I'm
Yeah.
ready.
Little Reaper is closer to Neutrophil's age when Neutrophil shot that promo than Neutrophil is by a lot.
They grow up so fast.
Yeah.
All right, in the upper right, we have the Red Terran. He is,
Curtain time.
and he is playing for.
Angry Space Hares.
And in the top left, we have the green Protoss. It is. And he is playing for the team of.
Angry Space Hares. Hold the boys.
All right. So,
So-
step 1, they have to figure out where their opponent is. Step 2, they have to kill their opponent in that place where they are. Step 3, well, we move on to the next map. In the meantime,
Good. The probe's gonna find him first shot.
Yeah,
and
Lucky's
might
out.
be in time. Yeah, he'll be in time enough if he wants to pull the classic Protoss move of killing the barracks builder.
tickling the SCV. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
see?
Hurt in Time. Yeah,
Get him!
I
Get him!
mean-
I'm rooting for the wrong person, but get him anyway. Get that Terran.
well, Hurt in Time deserves some credit as much as he was talking about being hard stuck. He knew exactly when to move an SCV there and then exactly when to move him back without having to pull the SCV from building on the barracks.
Yeah. No, Hurt in Time. This is, like I said, this is the most fair matchup we could have put forward. Hurt in Time's a little MMR higher than Little Reaper, but Little Reaper is two different players. On your side of the map, he's a Code S player. On his side of the map, he's a Code A player. So if you can put the pressure to him, you're in good shape. If you let Little Reaper get on your side of the map, you're going to be in for a long day.
That initial gateway aggression, yes. And
Yeah.
he's not really a rusher either. He has
It's a 5-minute timing.
right. He will get it together. Usually either a whole lot of Zealot Stalker or some Dark Templar. And then he'll just ruin your day before you can really react to it.
Exactly. That's why, like I said, that's why when I'm playing Little Reaper, it's aggressive, aggressive, aggressive. I'm not an aggressive player naturally, but
You don't let him get to that composition. He likes
I don't
to
want
do that
40
initial move out on
DT
you.
or Zealot warping into my base left, while there's 40 DTs or Zealots running into my base right.
Uh-huh.
So,
Here we go.
oh, good juke.
Yep. And this is good stuff for Hurtin' Time. Anything it can do to just distract and to
Keep him on his
just
side
do
of the
some
map.
little delays. Yep.
Yeah.
And all the meantime, keep an eye on what he's doing. There is a bunker just about to complete back at home for Hurtin' Time.
Yeah, but both naturals are really within like 3 seconds of each other. No, kill the probes! Kill the probos! Not the pylon! Kill the probos! Oh, you're trapped.
Reaper versus Pylon, the age-old conflict.
Run!
Yeah,
Die.
he's not gonna make not quite gonna make it out in time. You know?
He died for our sins. The sins of not macroing him. Micro.
Yeah.
But 2 Hellions?
Yeah, that's,
So,
that's gonna be
scan goes
interesting.
down.
I mean,
in the
That
main
is a
base.
really useful scan. I know Hurtin' Time has watched enough Little Reaper to know this opening. this is probably the Zealot opening, and so you expect the Citadel to come down, Templar Archives to come down.
and you saw
and-
those 2 Hellions. They were just daring that Adept to finish its shade.
Yeah, I think. Oh,
And
well, they're
now
just gonna
here
go
they
across the
are.
map.
So 2 Hellions moving out in the center of the map. Might be
The
looking to
stalker
control,
should
like,
be able
the
to
front
shoot
of
it
the
away.
base. And yeah,
And
exactly.
there's
a
Batteries
batteries
in the
there.
right position.
There's batteries
Yep.
everywhere. This is Little Reapers knows as much about Hurtin' Time as Hurtin' Time knows about Little Reaper. So,
Yep. You know, these Psystorm friend and family people, that's they were the foundation
There's-
of which FSL was built upon.
there's the Twilight Council, and so I mean, normally, is this a Blink variant that he's going to be going with?
I don't know, but as far as Hurtin' Time goes, I'm
See.
willing to bet that he is going to pick up those Hellions and try to drop them into a mineral line. But here we go. Adapt, getting some damage in, shading out,
Yeah, looks like
and
there's a
then
couple
being
Widow
set on
mines.
fire.
Yeah. Looks like there's a couple Widow mines produced as well, so this might
Blink.
be a mine drop into the main or the natural here.
This is so
Could
he's
be
gonna.
either.
Oh, it's gonna be Shadows in the Night. Ooh,
Yep, and
that's
there,
my
well,
team.
there is a Raven on the way.
Yeah, but there's nothing here to stop these 4, or what the Warpin's gonna be.
Yeah,
Like,
that was
he didn't pick
actually
anyone
very unfortunate for both players.
Yeah,
the
they
Hellions went right by the Warp Prism without seeing it, and I don't think the Warp Prism saw the Hellions either.
We could get a lot of work kills on both sides simultaneously. Oh, started a Dark Templar Shrine, and he's like, oh, you can see this. Forget it.
Look how good the shield battery does healing, though.
Oh, yeah. Even with that bonus against life. Here come the Stalkers.
There's Widow Mines in the main. I mean the natural.
Ooh,
And-
14 probes are down.
Yep.
Ouch.
Huge damage.
And we talked about, you want to get some hurt
This-
on Little Reaper right at the beginning, and that fits the bill.
But it's a little Reaper's turn now too. He's got
Yep.
control of the Warp Prism. He might siege that up in a second and warp in some, what I assume will be Zealots.
Stalkers. Oh, Zealot, it is. He doesn't have charge though yet.
Yeah, so I was
Well-
wondering about this. He started out with the Robo, but there was
Wait,
no
wait.
actual upgrade on a gateway unit.
Yeah.
And he is really moving ahead with those Stalkers. He is
Still,
There's a
he
lot
gets
of
8
Stalkers.
workers. He gets 8
There's
worker kills.
There's one tank.
Alright, he's going to want to start repairing. Oh, too late.
So classic little Reaper move, the Dark Shrine is in production.
Yep. Oh, medevac.
I think he might have just broken it though.
I mean, he's even just using the SimCity against him right now.
Yeah.
And just like that, GG. After all those worker kills, Little Reaper just quickly turns things around. And that is the first point on the board for Pull the Boys.
That's exactly the Little Reaper. That is the tale of the Little Reaper right there.
That is the Little Reaper that I have occasionally had nightmares about. So
If you're on his side of the map, you're doing good. But if you let him on your side of the map, you're gonna have a bad time. So
Yeah, I think that was a classic case of like doing a lot of economic damage but not being able to deal with the main army.
yep.
just not having the right units to defend against those stalkers. That's the big thing.
Yeah, like I said, that's exactly what he does. He, if you can keep him penned back and worrying about what you're doing, but as soon as you give him space to breathe, he's coming across the map with a bunch of stuff, and now it's your problem.
Alrighty, so next map, we're gonna do Winter Madness because I want something seasonal. That's the way I roll here. Alright. Let's see if they are ready. I'm sure Little Reaper, when he types, as always, will be very enthusiastic about that. So right now, between the two teams, we are at 1 win for Pull the Boys and 2 wins for Angry Space Hares. Hurtin' Tom says he's ready, and Little Reaper says, I am even more ready. Winky face. And he doesn't even use the winking smiley. It's just, he is typing that manually. He is that serious about this. We are gonna move into the ice and snow.
Looks like Little Reaper's taking a quick bite of something as well, power up
Oh, yes.
power up his
you
in-game
wanna-
energy.
You must construct additional sandwiches.
Take it away, Hyper Turtle.
In the upper left, we have the blue Terran. He is.
Hurting time.
And he is playing for the team.
Angry Space Hares.
And in the bottom right, we have the red Protoss. His name is... Playing for the team of...
Pulled the Boys.
Alright, away we go, just setting down their supply structures as usual.
All of them are on their side of the map.
Yep. Yeah, I don't think I'm used to either of these guys doing a lot of straight up rush proxies.
No, they very-
Little
Time
Reaper might
has it in
do
the
a proxy
bag.
pylon as he's moving out.
Yeah.
Guilty Echoes like campaign narration. I don't know. I can do my campaign narration. Let's see. They say a man never really knows himself until his freedom's been taken away. I wonder, how well do you know yourself? Thank you. I'm here until Thursday, okay? Alright. And yeah.
Emmy Award,
Stay.
bro. Emmy
Yes,
Award
for-
winning performance.
Yeah, well, I mean, eat your heart out, James Harper.
So we got a Reaper in production. Looks like that's going to be the main scouting tool for Hurtin' Time.
Yeah, not
taking an
unusual at
early
all.
A fast low ground CC, and there's no low ground for. Instead, it's just 2 gate to expand. I assume to expand.
Look at those workers just kind of chasing each other all the way around the map.
Yeah.
I guess they just want to keep tabs on each other, make sure that there's no proxies going down, no
I
funny business.
think so.
But the this has got to be some sort of super all-in cheese for Little Reaper.
It's possible. I mean, usually he
because-
likes that extra economy there.
Right,
He's got
but
one worker mining the low ground, so I assume he's going to throw down a Nexus here. And yep, there it goes.
yeah, it's
And
just
by the way, the FCV won the worker war there because the Reaper kind of inserted
the Reaper
itself
killed
in.
it. Yeah.
Hey, it's still the FCV that kept the probe busy for the Reaper. It was a team effort, people. Never sell your FCV short. Alright, speaking of team-ups, alright, the Reaper looks like it will escape. And we've been seeing a lot of this in our in these TVPs, where the Reaper gets a little bit of work done and then just kind of gets sniped as it's sitting there. But this Reaper's actually going home. It's not going to be monitoring.
This is the
the
first one to
expansion or
live.
the
He's
Yep.
got 2 kills and full HP in just a second. Full HP.
Yep.
Yay, he lived.
Yeah.
The Reaper who lived.
Reapers healing themselves. Yes, indeed.
Twilight before. This is the charge. I think this is the charge variant. I think.
I want a
times
nice
season
Rudolph the
charge
Red-Nosed
voice.
Reindeer Reaper, not Rudolph himself. I want that Reaper that actually wants to be a dentist.
Oh, yeah, you called it War Bunny's charge started
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah, I've seen this enough to know what's going on. I
Yeah.
hope Hurtin' Time has seen this enough to know what's going on.
Yeah, with a Dark Shrine following soon afterwards. So yes, I have definitely been on the receiving end of this.
Oh, he
Oh, and he
canceled.
cancels it as soon as the Reaper gets there.
Yeah. And we saw the same thing as soon as that medevac saw the Dark Shrine last time.
Yeah. He gets away. That is this. If we win today, and if Hurtin' Time wins today, this Reaper, who I'm going to call
Yep.
Hurtin' Time, is the MVP of the series, because that was very clutch. Don't go back in.
Come
Or
on,
do-
we want
Oh,
to
I
keep
know.
this narrative going. We want the
He's
story
gonna
of this
die here.
Reaper. We want it to have a happy ending where that Reaper discovers the true meaning of Christmas. Oh, never mind.
He super died. Charge is almost done, and the Warp Prism's headed out. There's no Viking or
Or Cyclone.
yeah.
So, yeah, there
Yeah, I
isn't going to
would-
be much to stop it from at least going into its warp-in mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Little Reaper's starting to attack on additional gateways too, and not taking any additional gas that is
So
natural.
I could
This-
ping, but if you look just the south part of the base, this Warpin is coming. I can picture this Warpin coming 100 times in my mind.
You can visualize it.
Yes, right there. Yep, that's where it's gonna come in. And
Alright.
yeah, it's coming in right now. It's gonna be 4.
Nope. Yeah, no attempt to build another Dark Shrine this time around. Yep. We have a nice open area there.
Yeah.
From the shadows they strike.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly. And, yeah, no visibility there.
Yeah. Yep.
So a
Have
little bit of a
to be
supply
very
block
quick
though,
repositioning.
preventing Little Reaper from actually warping in the.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was what I was like. Why isn't he going? He's ready. He looked at it.
I mean,
Gotta-
the warp
warp
prism's
time
still
once.
out of use, so...
Yeah. No
Looking
air
forward to
units
taking
being
time a
made
little-
still.
There we go.
There they are. Or
Uh-huh. Yeah, and also...
What a
that's-
stalker.
Yeah, Raven again. So he is, again, like last match, trying to repair for potential Dark Stalkers, pulling
Talk to
the
Templar,
SCVs
yeah.
away. He's lost 5 of them so far.
And saves
And
all the
Zell's
units
looking
and
to
heads
pick
out
up.
of there.
Yep.
Yep.
This is the Little Reaper you don't want to be playing against.
Still,
you gotta
Hurtin' time up 8 workers, 9
Yeah, but
workers now.
Hurting
so
time, you
still
got to send your
maintains
workers
a-
back. Yeah, but
Right.
it doesn't. You know, he's got 40 workers. Oh, you didn't put anything there. Hurting time. Hurting time.
Oh,
Yeah, it
he's-
looks
he's
like a
about
big
to, but I don't
oversaturation
think that
in that
missile's
one.
turret's gonna fit it.
No.
Yep.
So the Templar Archives and Storm is the follow-up for Little Reaper here.
Right.
Also taking a 3rd base, so this could be a game where Little Reaper could prevent the
Hurting
Terran
time,
from taking
F1.
a 3rd and
Hurting
just
time,
out
F1.
macro him.
Hurting time. F1, please. Thank you.
Yep.
And then
All
send
right,
half your
missile
guys
threat's
from your
going down.
third. Send half the guys from your natural back to your main. You've got 27 out of 16.
Yeah, it's a
My
tricky
buddy.
thing, you know. It's always hard to predict where your opponent's gonna be hitting from now. It's just him playing Whack a Reaper.
Yeah. Okay, my dude. You got a 20. Still got 26 out of 16. Well, you're super oversaturated. So even though you have more workers,
Yeah,
you're mining
needs to
less.
expand.
Yeah, curious that Hurtin' Time still hasn't swapped the starport over to a reactor, because he's only able to make single medevacs at this point. Like, he has the Raven. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if he even noticed that there was a Dark Shrine building before it got cancelled, but he definitely doesn't need the Raven at this point, other than to snipe
Well,
the,
looks like he is going on the offensive this time, and he has some good siege tank support here. Little Reaper,
Yeah.
meanwhile, he's got his storms ready to go.
I don't think this. I mean, that's a
Little preemptive automated turret there.
Yeah, in terms of army supply, they're actually quite similar right now. Huge storm landing on the.
Oh no, that's a bad storm. That he walked through all the Protoss units got stormed there. Very few of the Terran units did. Those
Yeah,
are the
Terran
new
doing some
storms
good
are
cut in
just
there.
are almost just as bad against you as they are for you.
And, yeah, another storm lands.
Those
on
are
the
good
Raven, they just
storms.
evaporate.
That one
Those were way better.
paid off. I think he's
Boost
going to
away,
have to
just
turn
boost away.
around. Those guys are already still a move there.
F2, F2, F2.
Don't
What's your
be
favorite
afraid of
button?
F2. F2 can be your friend. Alright, supplies. So close. Although, yeah, Little Reaper just worked a lot more in.
Yeah, I think this game ended with that.
Yeah, this is a huge gateway ball coming in with the Little Reaper.
There's no repair.
Heat
Nah,
tech just about to come out.
It's dead. There's no way you're dealing with that many. You've got a tank and a handful of Marines. Yeah, you're.
GG!
GG.
Again, Little Reaper just brings it home. We are tied 2-2. Alright, pulled the boys, have evened things out. Both matches, Little Reaper, you took some damage, and then each time after you took that damage, you just kind of marched right in.
Yeah. That first game, I was all thumbs. I canceled my first SCV and didn't get my factory finished up. But the second game, I just got outplayed big time.
So, question for you, Hurt in Time. Did you
Yeah.
happen to notice that Little Reaper canceled his Dark Shrine when your Reaper made it back into the main?
Both games,
No.
actually.
No, I didn't notice.
But
But
it seemed like Little Reaper was going for a sneaky build, essentially.
oh really? No, I didn't notice. I saw the Twilight Council and the first game he went blink, so I figured the same. I saw a couple of gateways. More, I saw a lot of gateways early, so I figured it was just blink play. I always make a Raven anyway, so that I can see observers. So I didn't make any adjustment at all. I didn't notice. So.
Right. Well, Little Reaper very much living up to your reputation on all sides there with that major gateway work. We're going to be going into our Code B match next, and War Bunnies, you're going to be off racing on this one, right?
I believe so, if that's the next match we're doing. And no
All right.
other Code 8Bs showed up in the chat to save us.
Okay, well, you are going to be up against Monkey Shaman. Hey, Monkey Man! Alright, Monkey Shaman, do you hear us?
I do. Hear me?
Okay, great.
He just doesn't want to talk to you.
Well, that's fair enough. Alright, we're going to be going to Code A. Monkey Shaman, you're going to be playing random, right?
Code B, and I am. as
Code
always.
B, yeah. Alright, here one moment. I'm going to be creating... We're going to be going into White Rabbit in honor of the fact that War Bunnies is playing.
It's vaguely Christmas coded as well.
Yeah, I guess so. Or, I don't know. I think
Alice in
anything
Wonderland more so.
Rabbit
but-
is more Easter.
I wonder how many all-time wins I have as Terran. Look at my profile. Terran.
Monkey Shaman. Mhm.
Total career games 1v1 0.
Are you
Wow.
playing as Toss right now, is what it looks like?
Oh no, I haven't switched. Sorry, I'm
Gotcha.
definitely playing as
he
Terran.
got preoccupied checking his own history.
Checking to see if I've ever played a 1v1 game as Terran, and the answer is no. So.
All right. Well, this should be interesting. Yeah, I think you might have played some custom stuff. I don't know. I know
I
you
have
played
played custom
some
stuff.
team matches with them.
And I also played one this season as a Terran
Mhm.
versus SCV, sir.
Yeah, so in custom games, all right. Well, without further ado,
No,
we are
not
currently
SCV.
tied up
Sarge.
against Sergeant.
Yeah,
Okay,
I played
Sergeant
Sergeant.
ABC. All right. I'm gonna move you into your lobbies. We will be moving here.
Okie dokie.
All right. Well, this one should be interesting. This is our low-level division, but both these players are pretty experienced, as multiple races too. So now War Bunnies, he's primarily Protoss. So since he's usually Code A, he's just going ahead as Terran, which requires a lot of attention and some pretty different builds.
Yeah, so War Bunnies, I've noticed, plays a lot of Sky Toss in his games.
You have noticed that.
Yes, I've experienced it firsthand as watching. So I'm curious if he'll go for like a Terran equivalent of that. Similarly, Monkey Shaman's got some tricks up his sleeves. So I think last week we saw that like he tried to play a macro game, it didn't work out for him, but he did do a double Banshee with
here-
a cloak build.
Hold the thought, because I just want to say, in the lower left, we have the orange Terran. He is.
War Bunnies.
And he is captain of the team.
Angry Space Hares.
And in the top right, we have the green Protoss. It is
Monkey
playing for the team of.
Pulled the boys.
War Bunnies-
Yeah, like I
War
was
Bunnies
saying.
definitely sending his SCV out early. Yep, he had some fun cheeses as multiple different races.
Yeah, and this is Code B as well. So, so these players don't usually have like the best handle on like the macro side of things. So sometimes just using those like builds to blindside your opponent is the move to get the wins.
Look at War
Okay, I
Bunnies.
wasn't expecting that.
Gas block there, which, Protoss is the race that suffers the most if they're not able to take both gases. As far as War Bunnies goes, my assumption is he's going to be going Mass Marine, maybe with a little bit of tank behind it. But that's what he's used to losing as when he's up against Terran. And I don't think tacking to the Sky units you've got as Terran, you gotta tech to the ones that aren't for healing or just anti-air mostly. I can't picture him going Liberators, and I don't think he's going to try to build all the way to battle cruisers. I think his confidence, from how I know him, is going to be on just keep building Marines, because that's the advice he used to give me when I was trying to work my way up as Terran, especially in team matches.
Yeah, I mean, keep building Marines. They shoot up, they shoot down. They're great.
They're all over the place.
Zealot starts working on that refinery here to try to
Yeah.
unlock the gas, which will really give him like the tech options he needs to continue in this game.
So, an early Zealot, but not a very mobile one. If War Bunnies does micro that Reaper around, that Zealot can have its hands full chasing in circles.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would love to see just one stalker started here, or an adept. Either one
Yeah.
would be great.
I think Adept is a bit more traditional against Terran, but it's a question of how much he knows about that. Now, he's played quite a bit of all the matchups, of course. Ooh, Reaper does get a worker kill. A second one, too, and it goes down. And yes, annoyance is what Reapers are all about. So, I think it's going to be kind of a slow build-up. We really haven't seen any clue about which direction Monkey Shaman's going to be going as far as tech. He's just been, going gateways so far.
Yeah, so it looks like additional production facilities are starting to go down for the Terran. Both of them taking their bases. It's shaping up to be fairly standard at this point. We don't really have a clear direction on that.
Okay. Well, alright, we are going Stargate as far as Monkey Shaman goes. And it's
Not just a
kind of a
Stargate,
very
proxy
late proxy.
Stargate.
So that could be an Oracle or, maybe a Void Ray. I'm guessing Oracle.
Yeah, I really think Oracle would be the play here. This early on, without the missile turrets and without a Cyclone or Viking, that Oracle's just gonna like go to town. An engineering bay is in production, though.
It is.
So if War Bunnies
And-
remembers to, he could just start up a turret in every base and completely
I'm
negate
pretty
this.
sure he will, because War Bunnies likes to open Oracle against Tyrann very much. So he's gonna be a little bit in his opponent's head here.
Most definitely.
And yes, it is indeed going to be Oracle.
Not just an Oracle, there's also a gateway building beside this. I think Monkey Shaman is looking to be aggressive here.
Fast working, huh? Alright. We'll see where we go. War Bunnies is adding a starport. Yep, looks like these adepts are going to be working their way forward, or just a little bit forward.
The first missile turret is in production, but the first Oracle is already out. If Monkey Shaman makes his move right now, he could prevent that turret from going up.
Alright. And he is going to be supporting that Oracle with some Stalkers. Both of them being very cautious. We see cannon going down right at the entrance to Monkey Shaman's Natural.
I would also love to see these 6 adepts sitting at the natural join up with the proxy at this point, because I think really to leverage this, he needs to go soon.
Right. You know, the longer you wait, the more defenses your opponent is going to have against Oracles. That's the big
Exactly.
thing. Alright, here we go. We're going to see how this shapes up. The Oracle actually putting down a stasis ward, which gets 1 Marine.
So I think maybe the move that Monkey Shaman was going for was to put a stasis ward out in front of the base, bait the army out, and then trap it.
I think so. I think he might have overthought this a little bit, and he's currently supply blocked as well, so... This, Cyclone raining down on that first Stalker. And here we go. We are clashing right now. He did not activate the Pulsar Beam. However, these,
Cyclone goes down.
these adepts doing alright for themselves so far.
They're starting to thin
Alright,
out,
bunker
though.
repair going in. So, Monkey Shaman makes the right call, moving the remaining ones out of there.
And yeah, it looks like Monkey Shaman is realizing this might not work. He's starting to take his 3rd base and just macro out of this.
Indeed. So they will both be building up for a little bit.
So it looks like the upgrade of choice is Charge in this case.
Charge is one that doesn't require a lot of extra work. You just kind of let it happen.
Very
And
true.
also, in general, it's pretty effective against Tyrann, especially if you've got some more high damage units right behind them. War Bunny's also taking his 3rd.
I think at
And
this
both-
league, we're not quite at the level where the players are going to be doing a ton of drops. So yeah, going for Charge first definitely makes a lot of sense. Blink is definitely more of a defensive tool in the early game for Protoss.
Very much also mobility in general, yeah. Alright. So right now, War Bunnies, as I kind of expected, ahead in supply by quite a bit. It's interesting, they're both taking the bases that are kind of closer by air, but further by walking. Further by foot, let's put it that way.
Yeah, so War
we
Bunnies
go.
actually hasn't even scouted the proxy that exists
No.
to the east of him.
I think it's usually pretty unusual to have that kind of proxy be built later on in the game. So that's the thing. When you're up against, when you're involved in lower level players, sometimes the logic that you're expecting doesn't work out. You overlook it. I think one of the biggest issues right now is that Monkey Shaman is not using Chrono Beast at all.
Yeah, definitely not taking advantage of his potential economy here. So one other thing that I'd also like to note is Monkey Shaman hasn't been warping in any units on his side of the map. He's still warping in at the property. So, and he also doesn't have a ton of vision on the map. If War Bunnies decide to just move across the map, we could easily just turn into a base trade scenario.
Very much so. Ooh, and, you know, I think. Not sure if he's moving out or just putting some defenses in his third. All right, the Zealots are coming in, and this is with War Bunny's army a little bit divided up. It takes a while for
Who
those
goes down?
Marines to come back.
Cyclones go down, but a bunch of Marines are left over. I don't think there's enough Zealots to deal with those Marines, especially not in that choke.
And these Void Rays are not good against Marines.
Definitely not with Stim and Medivacs.
Right. In the end, Monkey Shaman definitely at the worst end of that trade. And War Bunny he is smelling blood. He is moving across the map to see what else he can accomplish.
Another Zealot Warpin goes down. He's engaging the main Marine ball here.
Right. That's a lot of healing available. And now War Bunny's knows.
Yeah, it looks like this proxy is going down. Towards War Bunny's third base, he did set up a sensor tower to get advance notice of any monkey business coming his way. But
I see what you did there.
So yeah, ton of gateways for Monkey Shaman. He has both Blink, Charge, and also Templar Archives. Not researching Storm, but he's got a problem here. This is a huge Bioforce coming at him right now. And
I think Colossus would do wonderfully for him, honestly.
Yeah, only a couple. So four Vikings right now. So if he had enough of them, they could definitely take this army down.
I just like. At this level, I just like the units that you can aim with and then just kind of move on from. And here we go. Alright, landing the Vikings just like that. We have more Warpins going, and
Archons are joining the fight. There are shield batteries here as well. If these Archons get on top of these Marines, they could get some really good hits off, but the choke is really working against them.
Exactly. Yeah, I think this part is over. The probes are forced to evacuate, even suffering some bonus damage from the Vikings since they are mechanical.
Yeah, 12 workers going down here. That's gotta hurt. War Bunny's elects to leave the third base. He's going for the throat right now. He wants to win.
Yeah, he does. He wants this over with.
Worth noting that War Bunnies is actually a player on Angry Space Hares as well, so he has a vested interest in this matchup.
Well, yes.
He's a captain.
He's the captain of the team he's playing for. All right, we have the GG. And that brings Angry Space Hares up to 3 wins against 2.
So definitely an unorthodox game 1 on White Rabbit. Given the fact that Monkey Shaman's proxy didn't work, I'm curious if he's going to double down on it or just try to play a standard macro game.
I think the big thing is, if you're doing a proxy like that, to really benefit from it, you gotta get it. You gotta take advantage of it straight at the beginning.
Agreed.
Oh. Alright, so... Alright, here we go again.
Just checking in with the players, seeing if they're ready, and we'll get right into this match.
We will indeed. Yes-ish, says War Bunnies. Okay, I will take that as... I'll take that as a straight yes. I'm willing to bet that his pulse is racing by quite a bit now. He's talked a lot about how much more comfortable he feels in team games than when he's sitting there alone on the battlefield.
Yeah, we do require that our players stay on the camera to enhance the experience, but maybe next season we should also attach heart rate monitors to everyone and display that right next to the
I actually
APM.
bought one for myself after EWC. I haven't set up the widget for it yet, but I plan to very soon. Alright, in the lower right, we have the... the lower right, we have the pink Terran. He is.
War Bunnies.
And he is playing for the team of...
Angry Space Hares.
And in the top left, playing random but spawning in as Zerg, we have the green Zerg. His name is...
Monkey Shaman.
And he is playing for the team of...
Pulled the Boys.
Alrighty. Yeah, the thing about heart rate monitors is we'd have to actually get them to everyone or get them to buy them. And most people have webcams, or at the very least, they've got a laptop or a smartphone they can hook in with. And yeah, by the way, Monkey Shaman going with Zerg this time. And I think that actually might favor him a little bit better.
Yeah, I'm not sure which race Monkey Shaman is the strongest with, because I know he's always played random, which props to him. Learning 9 matchups is much harder than learning 3. So yeah, he's really taking his time trying to learn everything about the game.
Yes, indeed. But basically, I just think in that last game, he overthought things. He tried to be a little bit too fancy with what he did. With Zerg, proxying is a lot more rare. There's a lot more at the beginning where you just build up your Zerglings, and sometimes it just pays to play straightforward.
Oh yeah, it could be the tournament nerves getting in his head. This is the finals after all, so definitely wants to perform here for his team.
The random stuff, it was fun. Zombie Grub is working on collecting interviews for a esports documentary called GLHF, and the last person she interviewed was D22 Soso from the vanilla StarCraft 1 days, and then stuck around for a good chunk of Brood War. But he was talking about how in the early days online, him and some of the other big tryhards would insist on only playing random and would kind of look down on anyone who committed to a race, a little bit jokingly. But yeah, it's interesting how that kind of stuff goes. All right.
Yeah, I haven't quite seen the documentary Zombie Grub is making, but I've heard about it.
So far, she's just been sharing the interviews, and yep, Reaper goes down just like that, not getting anywhere near the kind of trouble it caused the previous game. We do have a queen who's kind of walking way off creep.
Yeah, but if we can call attention to the production tab right now, 10 lings in production.
Like I said, it's a lot of people like to call Zergling Rush the first strategy. It's also the strategy that people even reference in other games for something very fast and basic. And it's something where you don't have to overthink too much. However, Warbunnies knows exactly what to do about this. He's already got a Hellion out. He's walled off. He chose to build on high ground. Ooh. Yeah, Monkey Shaman is making a third, but he's making it on the opposite side of that mineral wall. I don't know if you noticed that was there. And that's the tricky thing with newer maps. Sometimes there's something you take for granted and you don't see. He's also supply blocked right now with no Overlord on the way, so I think he might nerves might be a factor here.
Yeah, this is one of those map features that I think really lends itself towards Terran. Okay, so we have a bunch of links going.
That's a very good surround. That Hellion was not able to get anywhere where it was able to take advantage of a SimCity or other units.
Yeah, this base is gonna have to lift. Speed is done now as well. You won't be able to break the main, more than likely, but
more than likely, although there's no siege tank, and Monkey Shaman is going ahead and putting a Baneling nest up.
Yeah, he's looking to end this game quickly. If you're not as comfortable in a macro game, this could be the play for you if you want to take a win off.
Well, if neither of you are comfortable, that's the big thing going here. There is a siege tank about halfway done. And I'm very curious what the next big move is going to be. He has certainly been able to limit. He's been able to limit what Warbunnies is able to do economically. Warbunny's also missing a lot of his mule drops. He's gotten them here and there, but I think both these players are a little bit light on taking advantage of their macro mechanics, just based on how experienced they are.
Oh, absolutely, and really smart from Gishaman also, just burrowing the Zergling at the natural. Like, when that base is finally ready to float down, it's still not going to be able to mine. And you can bet that Warbunnies is going to be muling in his main. So he's going to have to put that base off center or something if he wants to land and scan.
The neat thing about mules is once you do remember, you can drop like all of them at once. And look at
Yes.
this is an old trick. He's got a burrowed Zerglin right there, preventing the orbital from landing. Sometimes it's even hard to notice if the orbital, if it didn't land. Takes a moment. All right, there
There's
we
the
go.
scan.
There's the cleanup.
But Monkey Shaman is aiming to make this base lift yet again. He's morphed a Banelings outside of his opponent's natural, and he's still making. He has quite a few lings at home.
He still hasn't noticed that mineral wall. The drones are rallied around, but it might not matter. Look at the. Okay, those Bailey hits kind of wasted on the Cyclone. That's still some decent damage here, with the Zerglin able to do a little bit more too.
Yeah, Cyclone not a bad target because it's not a heavy unit. It is an armored unit, but they do take a lot of damage. Yeah, they do take a fair amount of damage from Banelings.
Right, they're not that tanky, but really you want those Banelings to hit only light units if you can manage.
Oh yeah, or just a clump of units.
Clumps of units are nice as another combination. Even better, a clump of light units.
Yeah, absolutely, the best of both worlds.
Exactly. Why not both?
¿Por qué no las dos?
Woohoo! There we go. Cyclone just kind of checking things out. Oh, look at that! That poor queen. It's like a unit that can fire while moving against a unit that can barely move off creep. So,
but that Cyclone's one.
He has to be very cautious to keep it out of range.
And the hero Zergling.
He's like, I can take care of this. Thank you very much.
Little Zergling is looking for a promotion. He's trying to turn it into a roach, but that's not biologically possible.
That is Tusk right there for those of you who are fans of campaign cinematic Zerglings. I love Tusk. He actually got his own short story on the 10th anniversary of StarCraft 2. Anyway, yeah, exactly. Plot armor Zerglin. Yeah, by the way, just something that's been on my mind I just thought would be fun to talk about. What is the sector of space that all of this fighting in StarCraft has taken place in?
I know the answer. Towards chat or...
And the big thing I want isn't just the name of it, I want the spelling. There we go. Cheancone, Great Archon, they both got it right. And I love that because, number one, for a long time, ever since StarCraft 1 and 2 got added to Game Pass, they've had this big promotional thing where they call it the Korpulu sector. And then just this last week, they did kind of a year-in review thing for Blizzard games, and they did actually find reason to have Heroes of the Storm and StarCraft on there. Heroes of the Storm had some 10th anniversary stuff, and they've been bringing out some skins that were completed but never released. StarCraft, well, not much has been happening in-game. There have been these little, crossovers with Hearthstone and with Diablo 4. And yeah, sure enough, in that little retrospective, they called it the Krapulu sector. So there's something with Blizzard where that R just won't stand still. Alright. And yeah, interesting sport placement, but yeah, we have a Spire coming out for Monkey Shaman, and that could be tricky for War Bunnies to deal with. I don't think he's got Widow Mines or Thors in mind, although, hey, Stim Marines aren't too shabby against flying units either.
Yeah, also a bunch of Lingbane morphing as well. I would love to see Monkey Shaman just take more gases and maybe drone up a little bit more too, because these mutas, he just doesn't have the gas income to really sustain it yet.
Yeah, he hasn't even started making anything. But yeah, his base count though definitely ahead. War Bunny is getting ready. Yep.
He's definitely setting himself up very well. I think Monkey Shaman could even, we have perfect vision here, but he could also just bully War Bunnies off of his third right now. He should definitely not allow him to take this.
Yeah, he might be checking out what he can do.
Oh, it looks like he heard me.
For his player level, the creep spread too is just beautiful. I think War Bunnies might be running out of options. There is just, again, the Cyclone absorbing some of those Baneley hits, but hey, the damage is still being done. There is only one siege tank in play, and that guy's back on the cliff. Oh,
going straight for the workers.
No!
Huge economic damage. 24 workers going down.
24, man. It's the name of a TV series that isn't around anymore, but it's also the name of what we all just witnessed.
He's even leaving. Yeah, well, he has one burrow.
Burrow
Baneling
Baneland.
right
Does
there.
he know he can detonate Banelings while there's still a burrow? Does he know? I want to find out.
So that's
Yeah,
got to be a
Monkey
huge
Shaman-
confidence booster for Monkey Shaman right there. He's in a great position in this game
He
now.
is in so much more control of the match than he was previously as Protoss when he was relying on that proxy. He is doing a nice little basic thing, which is just, okay, send a bunch of Ling Bane in. Send a bunch of Ling Bane in again. Brew a Ling. Brew a Baneling. Now,
So,
you mentioned before, War Bunnies, yes, he is trying to transition a little bit into air, but I don't know if his economy can support much with it. Does have a planetary, though.
A bunch of Lings attacking this planetary here, and with the repair, planetaries are just so good. I don't know if he's
Close
has
up
quite
long.
enough to take the space.
He might. Oh no, reinforcements coming in. Oh, down to
It was
yeah,
very
it's being
close.
repaired. Okay, whoa. That planetary, it saw the light, but it did not step into it.
Yeah, so he's still maintaining an economic lead here. So still definitely, I think Monkey Shaman still has a sizable lead, but yeah, he's just got to be careful attacking into that static
Well,
defense.
he's also big thing he's going to have to address is these Liberators and Banshees. If those go across, he really, I mean, he has the tech to do mutas or corruptors. Both of those can take out Liberators or Banshees just fine. I want to. I'm not allowed to interfere, but I just want to scream in an all chat. Mine through the mineral wall. Oh, okay. I guess I screamed just loud enough.
Yeah, five mutas in
He
production.
has
here.
noticed it. Yeah. I don't know. War Bunnies might not really have much mobility for that. He really hasn't been able to go on the offensive at all. I mean, straight from the beginning, he had to delay his third.
Yeah, and mutas are just one of those units that are very good at keeping your opponent back because they just have to bounce between the bases trying to
They
prevent.
gotta
all the
go here,
orders
they
from
gotta
flying.
go there. As long as you can keep your macro going while you're moving the Mutalisks around, you do not want the Mutalisks to go punch for punch with almost anything that can shoot back.
Exactly. Monkey Shaman also adding on additional gas geyser to support the mutas, so I think he's going to lean into this strategy.
Exactly. It's interesting. Both of them kind of transitioning into air here, but at the same time, Monkey Shaman, he's also getting Adrenal. He's getting more. He's getting +2, +1 research, and right now, War Bunnies does not have any upgrades for his Marines. He's going with the mech upgrades here, and here we go. Look he's got that Liberator that's specifically there to take care of Zerglin Baneling for us.
But he's got to run from this. Oh, this is very expensive for Monkey Shaman.
Exactly. You do. Oh, here come the Banes. Boom. Here come the Lings. And I can't say he's being exactly cost efficient, but he is continually doing damage. That was another 7 SCVs down. At the same time, he's not really getting the macro to move further ahead here, and I worry because he isn't using a wide variety of tech either.
Yeah, War Bunnies has almost caught up in the worker count as well, and with this might actually be ahead in income.
This is where we're getting to the point where he's just up against a composition where Ling Bane isn't going to cut it. War Bunnies hasn't really even been focusing that heavily on the Marines.
Well, it looks like he's winning on the ground here for now. But yeah,
He
there's
is.
several Banshees and a
Right.
Liberator that he just has no answer to at the moment.
Well, he's got more Mutalisks on the way, and those Banshees, unbeknownst to him probably, do not have the cloak upgrade. Those are just straight up, what you see is what you get Banshees. And with Banshees, the last thing you want to do is have them be seen.
And speaking of which, they're flying right into a unit that would detect them anyway. The mutas are going in to engage the Banshees, and these Banshees
Right,
don't
they
even
are.
have speed, they're done for.
It's interesting, a big thing we've had a lot of discussion about is how fair off-racing in order to, step in a lower league is, but this has actually been fairly even between the two of them. I think both of them are kind of, making sort of the same number of beginner mistakes.
Yeah, definitely a lot of back and forth in this game, more than I was expecting. Yeah,
War Bunnies, though, he's getting just little by little further ahead in the supply. And we have an Ultralisk Cavern. You want to talk about units that work well with Zerglings that you don't have to do much with after you A-move them.
Yeah, Ultra's a pretty strong answer to basically everything War Bunnies has, except for the
Liberators and Banshees are kind of nice against them if you can position them right, but yeah, it's just tricky stuff here. War Bunnies, I do not think he's going to be going with a lot of snipes or anything, or steady shots, I think they're called in the modern day.
Yeah, so Monkey Shaman does have decent upgrades on his units. He's at
Yes, he
2-1
does.
right now, melee and Carapace. If
Yeah,
he gets the
with
+3, he's
with the
already
next
got
level on the
Adrenal
way
Glands.
for both.
Yeah.
Here we go.
I don't know if he's got quite enough to engage that army though.
Yeah, he's just throwing them away. He has to turn around. They're not arriving at the same time.
Yeah. So it looks like he's doing an okay job of injecting at least the bases in his main. But
Yeah,
like
he's got
really to
macro
play the
hatcheries.
style, to play the style, he needs a ton of larva. Ling Bane is an extremely larva intensive style. Without that, he's just not going to have the volume he needs to really engage a Terran army.
I'm not seeing any Ultralists in production yet either. Monkey Shaman, he's got a lot. Actually, both players have quite a few minerals, but they're a little bit behind on the gas side of things.
Yeah, so he is getting the chitinous plating upgrade, which is probably my favorite upgrade in terms of name for Zerg. It's a very bio reference.
It's bio, and it's also a very it's very much worth it. Ultralisks, the tankier they can get.
Yeah, the elephants of Zerg, as I like to call them.
Yep, and nothing says biology more than elephants. I don't ask me why. That's the way I feel. All right.
Nice micro on the links to delay the expansion. This is gonna get a cancel.
On it too. Yep, they've got Adrenal, so those Lings are moving fast. They're attacking fast. I think both players are a little bit. I don't think there's a big game plan about what to do next. Although Bunnies is going with some battle cruisers.
Yeah, a fair amount of Corruptors already on the map. But the thing with Corruptors is if you're not careful with them, Thors will just destroy them in an instant.
Thors can destroy a lot of stuff. They are very effective. You got to really play the numbers game against them.
Yeah. The thicker they get, the thicker the ball of Thors get, the less effective any unit becomes against them, though, just because their damage they get so dense, and the melee units in particular, they just don't have the surface area to really engage them.
Big thing is they're also very slow, and because they're so bulky, they have a lot of trouble kind of squeezing past each other too. But right now, I mean, Ling, Bane, Muta, those are not units that you counter Thors with.
Absolutely not.
Here we go, finally into Ultralisk production.
So one thing that Monkey Shaman is doing well, I think, is he's limiting the expansions of his opponent. But
throw up Zerglings at every spot.
One thing I would love to see him do is just attack from a different angle. This planetary has been the thorn in his side for a very long time, but he's taking the fight away from the planetary for once. This could be good.
Yep, those Corruptors just taking down air units. They have to actually.
Looks like the Zerglings are almost getting walled. Okay, no. Okay, now that time the additional surface area.
There's the surround, and if there's enough attacks going on at once.
But again, the Zerglings go straight onto the planetary. Does he have enough this time to actually take it down with the Adrenal and +3 melee?
He is doing some vomiting on it. Melt!
But there's only one Corruptor.
The planetary melts in your mouth, not in your hand, dude. Oh, and here we go.
Alright, 2 Ultras have joined the fray. Will they be enough to take down the planetary this time?
This is such an optimal composition here.
This feels almost more like a MOBA to me than an RTS. Very low numbers of units, just trying to make very big impact
trying
right
to get a name moved in, yeah.
Throw on the Ultralisk.
Why not? They'll do
So those
great
corruptors,
until you can.
okay, they ignore the Marines and finally get the planetary with a caustic spray.
Yeah, he does not have a greater spire, but yeah, that base, that's a big loss for War Bunnies there.
Absolutely. Now, if Monkey Shaman takes his sights on the 4th base now, I think he's going to be in an insanely great position this game.
Alright, yep. Taking out those Marines just one after another. And, don't let your eyes deceive you. Those are changelings that are up at the front there. Those belong to Monkey Shaman. And yeah,
Ultra's taking some splash damage back onto the Ling army.
Yeah, he's got the right composition for this. He's got enough corruptors, even if they're taking a lot of damage from those turrets.
Yeah, he's basically cleaned out the entire ground army at this point. The air army still lives because they went back to the missile turret.
He's got War Bunnies doubled in supply. There's just nothing he can do. Those battle cruisers continuing to be unanswered, but in the end, who cares?
No liftoff on the 3rd.
He does not have Yamato, by the way, so that normal attack is very slow to do anything to an ultimate. Or, honestly, even to work its way through a whole lot of Zerglings.
Absolutely. Battlecruisers are one of those units
Here we
that
go.
fire a lot.
Here, let's do some campaign narrative again. Now, the last on this week's Vengeance shall come. Alright, let's bring him in. Alright, we are still tied here. We are now at 3-3. Excellent job, Monkey Shaman. You...
Tough games. Good games.
Very. Yeah, the proxy you did in game 1, I think that was just a little bit late in the game for what you were doing.
Yeah.
Proxy Oracle works great before they can do anything about it, but...
Protoss is probably my weakest race, and my thought was if I could get a forward pylon, that I could use it for like warp ins, and then I got ambitious and was like, maybe I can put all the sorts of stuff there, but the single Oracle really didn't do much, and just like, War Bunnies is the team captain, he's a good player, he's seen it, hundreds or thousands of games where people are trying, weird stuff, so I just tried to play a little safer, more solid the second one, and
I think that paid off.
I'm happy I won. Yeah,
you were able to delay his expansion over and over.
Come on.
You were able to just keep those Ling Banes coming at one point. Those Banelings took out 24 SCVs in an instant.
Yeah,
and
that
then,
was fun.
Yeah, you just had the right stuff. War Bunnies transitioned into era, but by that time there were already those Corruptors ready to go.
I have no idea what I'm doing with Terran.
Exactly. That's why, and it actually worked out pretty well as far as evening things out. So, congratulations, you are Code B as Terran officially.
Yeah.
Certified Code B.
I'm just happy that we're having a heck of a.
Yes.
Are we 3-3 right now on the
You
series?
are 3-3. We will be figuring out whether one team takes it home in this 2v2 match next, or whether we even have to move all the way to an ace match. So I'm going to be rotating people. Has there been any word from Lighthood? I don't see him.
Hold on a second. The answer is yes.
Okay.
That was one of the things. Hold on a second. Angry Space Hares. Lighthood says I can play.
All right.
Chat and Lighthood might be playing.
Okay, well, let's figure that out.
In the meantime, Monkey Shaman, I wanted to ask about your stasis ward in game 1. So you used the Oracle to set up a stasis ward outside of your opponent's natural. And you were also warping in a ton of units. Were you trying to bait him out into freezing half his units and then killing the rest?
It was like 2 spaces or whatever they are too close, and the Marines saw it, but yet that was exactly the idea. Because I saw he had Cyclones and Marines and stuff like that I wanted to try to I think I went for charge, and I wanted to just try to split up the units and then maybe be able to surround or something and hold them off for enough time to be able to warp in again at the proxy pylon if the fight wasn't going well. But it just ended up kind of wasting energy because he saw it and it just got one Marine and he knew I was there. So, but that was the idea.
I think one of the things I was bringing up and in the casting, just sometimes it's good not to overthink things. Sometimes you go with something straightforward and it pays off a lot more. There's a lot less room to be countered or discovered, or just for things not to match up well in timing. But yep, that second match, I loved how you kept that aggression going. It paid off big time.
Those are fun. If you want a TVR practice partner, I'm down, because those were nail biters.
All right. War Bunnies, are you up for some more TVR?
No. But I have two things. So, Lighthood and Chitama can play, but we have to get going soon. If we could do that.
That's what I have in mind, since that's the only match left.
Yes, and I have to step away.
Alrighty.
I've got to go. So,
hey, if you gotta go, you gotta go, man.
Yeah. So
just let's see if we can get Lighthood in.
Lighthood's setting up his camera right now.
Okay, great. All right, we will give you a minute. And yeah, thanks for coming, War Bunnies. I will let you know how things turn out.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right.
GG's. Yep. Yeah, in chat, we're seeing a lot of little Warcraft references here. It's interesting. I was actually giving another shot at some of the Warcraft RTS campaigns, and I'm just having trouble getting into them. All three of them just have something that bugs me about them. But, yep, gotta love the housing stuff they've been adding to World of Warcraft. The big thing was they even have if you're in, like, the pre-order access or something, you can unlock some Warcraft consoles for StarCraft 2, but you don't want to get too excited, because they're two of the four that are already available if you get the Warcraft RTS War Chest, or if you had the Spoils of War edition of Warcraft 3. But hey, that means they've figured out how to make some of the previous cosmetics available in different ways. So,
hey,
yep.
Just quick update. I've been told that they're upgrading the player due to Lighthood to match Lighthood, and it's going to be Neutrophil instead of Little Reaper.
Oh, okay.
So let me update I think that's what's happening, right? Lighthood is coming in?
Maybe, yeah, Lighthood, well, he's allegedly coming in. I'm still waiting to hear from him, but yeah, word is he's getting stuff.
Let me know.
Okay, so I will invite Neutrophil. I think Little Reaper joined and then left. I don't see Neutrophil online yet.
So yeah, I mean, going back to the housing and WoW thing, I have heard about that, and I find it hilarious that we got affordable housing in WoW before we got it in real life.
Yep, there you have it. Boom, boom, boom. Satire.
But yeah, I love that we're adding Neutrophil to the 2v2 lineup. So this means that we're going to have 2 Code S players versus 2 Code S players, which is probably going to make for a more...
That is a great way to wrap up the season. Now, if they tie it, we will be going on to a 1v1 ace match that we're going to be figuring out. And that, I mean, honestly, that's happened in a lot of these. Here... I'm trying to navigate the in-game chat, because at the same time Ladder Legends is putting on some sort of big amateur tournament too. I'm getting all these notifications about that. And then, yeah, as soon as we're done with this cast, you want to talk about housing some more, I really need to clean my house before we have the relatives over on Wednesday night.
Yeah, those the holiday season, a lot of expectations, Yeah,
I mean... Prime expectation, they probably don't want to step on any toys. At least not before the presents are opened. Okay, here we go. Lighthood, Chitamic, Dark Menace, and Neutrophil. Hello, everyone. We are going to be going with a very, very high level 2v2 match to wrap this up, assuming we don't go to the ace match.
Yeah.
Hello.
All right.
How are you doing?
And then Lightfoot, I need to invite you in game.
Wait, let me
Yeah.
get into StarCraft.
Oh yeah.
Not yet.
Do what you gotta do, man. And then I think we can turn his camera on. Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that too because
All right.
it's been a hell of a time since I played StarCraft 2.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yep. I think my
Well,
level
welcome
is down
back,
now.
man.
Thank you. I was so deep into Counter-Strike, I don't know why.
Counter-Strike. Yeah.
Yes.
I will tell you. I think a lot of people end up in that because now it's Counter-Strike 2, and it is so easy to get SC2 and CS2 mixed up when you're looking for something to play.
Yeah, it's like the same letters, so I clicked CS2 by mistake. It's not my intention to do that.
Help himself.
Yeah, no, I've.
Then
Yeah,
I ended up shooting people with a rifle and stuff like that.
Oh,
Now, so
man.
you still end up playing Terran. Nothing changes.
Exactly. I don't think there's a lot of Zerg or Protoss in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. They might have
But
snuck some in while I wasn't looking.
I would say there is a nuclear bomb. Kinda nuclear.
Oh.
Yeah, it blows up.
Well, aren't you like, isn't one side trying to disarm a bomb or something weird like that?
Yeah,
Exactly.
I have no understanding of it, but all right, here.
I can't find the camera link.
Here. So we actually added a little thing. So on the left in our Discord, there's actually a getting ready channel that has the links and stuff.
Okay, sorry. Let's prove that it's been so long.
With the Ladder Legends people, I was recently educating them on episodes of The Office that have had StarCraft or Call of Duty. One of them was convinced it was Counter-Strike, but it was the original Call of Duty, and so I won. But yeah, there was an episode where they were playing Call of Duty as a team building exercise, and there was a guy who was like charging the enemy team with a sniper rifle, and someone reported him to the manager, something like that. But yeah, there was a much later episode with StarCraft, which wasn't while they were still in their prime, but they did indeed.
At least they played StarCraft.
Well, one of the characters played StarCraft against the son of a manager or something like that. He came.
And who
The
won?
joke was he came to Halloween dressed as Kerrigan. Of course, all the other people working at the office had no idea who he was supposed to be. You know, they'd played that kind of joke before, but this time it was Kerrigan. All right. Just let me know when you got everything set up.
I think everything's set
and
up. Yes.
yeah, in the meantime, here I'm going to invite you to party. We're going to be starting on the updated version of Fields of Death, the Community Edition, because I know that's been a popular one with our team games in the past, and now they've removed some of the emptier spaces and stuff. All right, wonderful. You are on camera. All right, so. Yep, this is all the marbles here, so we are going to be going with Neutrophil and Dark Menace. Make sure everyone joins the lobby, thank you. There's one more I'm waiting for in game.
There is. Okay, I'm in.
Alrighty.
Entry lobby. Downloading something.
Probably the new map. Or the new version of the map, anyway. Yeah, it's cool. For the team maps, I mean, there were team categories in the Team Liquid map contest, so there's a few brand new ones, but also each time, here and there, they like to just accept some Community Edition updates to existing maps. So that's what the CE stands for those of you who want to sound really clever the next time someone asks. There's Tournament Edition, Ladder Edition, and Community Edition in some cases.
So this is Community Edition, okay.
Yeah, Community Edition means someone outside of Blizzard kind of stepped in and said, you know, we should really remove this area in between the chasms and stuff. Alright, so we've got people ready to go. Anything else we want to say before we divide you up in your separate team lobbies?
Good luck, have fun. Let's make it a good competition.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. Are we in?
Alright, we are going to be going in. for all the marbles here. And this is going to be really interesting. Like we said, we haven't seen Lighthood play in a while. We've seen a lot of his brother Harus play. But yeah, he was really up there. One of the top Code S players previously. Counter-Strike Global Offensive, or Counter-Strike 2, whatever you want to call it, might not have as many skills that translate, but I don't want to underestimate him, especially if he brings out a bunch of Reapers right at the beginning. Fields of Death has a lot of open area. There's a lot of room early on for drops or, Reaper or Stalker jumps.
Yeah, and I think we should just maybe reiterate the score here. So we're at 3-3 right now for the people who are just tuning in. If this goes 1-1, it goes to an ace match. But if either team gets 2 wins here, it secures the win for the weekend. And they
Not
secure the
just
finals.
The win, the championship.
The championship trophy.
Alright. In the top of the map, we have the red Terran. He is
Lighthood.
And his teammate, the Terran, in the blue.
Somebody call for an exterminator.
And they are fighting in the name of
Angry Space Hares.
And in the bottom left, we have the pink Zerg. His name is
Dark Menace.
Next to him, we have the green Protoss. His name is
Neutrophil.
And they are playing for the team of
Pull the Boys.
Yeah, so all 4 of these players have, been at the very top. Like I said, Lighthood hasn't been around much lately, but boy, was he a dominant force in the previous 2 seasons. And yeah, we saw Chatomic just couldn't be more on his game here, so he might be taking the lead as far as strategy goes. I love it when we get a nice 2v2 match that has at least one of each race in it.
Yeah, I'm relatively new to the FSL, but I did click through prior FSL seasons. Lighthood was a finalist who played against Dark Menace at least one time. The games were pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, I think he ended up in 3rd place the last time we did kind of standard one-on-one tournament stuff all around. Now I want to just note, both the Terran players go on 3 racks to start with. And as I said, this can be a tricky map if you want to try to defend all angles.
This is not just 3 racks, this is 3 racks Reaper. So they're really looking to overwhelm heal in game 1. Before Neutrophil has like a ton of stalkers, before they have like speed upgrades, mobility upgrades, they're looking just to end this right now.
And as I said previously, Lighthood, he was just amazing when it came to Reaper control, especially with these big early rushes.
Yeah, so Neutrophil is actually in the path of attack, the easier path of attack, where they can jump over the ledge and get into the base, I'm pretty sure. If not, they will come in through the front and then attack Dark Menace. And if he doesn't have enough queens or speedlings, this could be a problem.
Right.
So Dark Menace positioning... Yeah, Dark Menace is positioning his lings right at the ledge there, trying to intercept the Reapers as they come up from that angle, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now they're going to have to make some real judgment calls in here. They wanna be very decisive on whether to double down on those Reapers or whether to just transition to something else. You'll notice neither of the Angry Space Hares members have expanded just yet. Okay, now they're just about to.
Yeah, Dark Menace starting a Spine Crawler near his main, just to punish the Reapers for going in, trying to get any economic damage. A Creep Tumor goes down in between his bases as well, absolutely crucial for Zerg to maintain that mobility between their bases, but a huge clump of Reapers targeting down the Stalker.
Yep, thank goodness for that shield battery there, which still has plenty of energy left on it.
Might need a little bit more, it's draining pretty quickly, but the speed is done for the Zerglings.
And the Reaper is briefly victim of their own grenades there.
I think the name of the game for these Reapers should be to try to get kills here, not damage. They really need to thin out the herd of units.
Alright, Reinforced was able to just hop in right there by that game.
But the Zerglings get a complete surround on those Reapers, but it doesn't matter, there's too many of them.
There might be, and there's more on the way. The big idea here is just to make sure that you keep replacing those Reapers faster than your opponent can replace their units. Big thing lacking here is economic damage, I feel. Although they did, that third base for the Zerg is seriously delayed, and Zerg needs a third. You know, as soon as possible. There we go, putting it down. And it looks like we are transitioning now. The Marine upgrades have been started.
Absolutely. Also, I just was taking a look at the natural. During that defense, there wasn't any injects going down on Dark Menace's natural. So that lack of larva might come back to bite him a little bit.
Yeah, the Queens, in order to do that defense, they ended up way off creep as well.
So the rest of the Reapers get cleaned up in the center of the map there.
The rest except this one.
Yes.
Always expect more Reapers, but nice thing defensively is that pocket base, while being sometimes very vulnerable to air or drops, it's hard to reach there.
Yeah, Chatomic's 4 Reapers try to go in, try to get a little bit more scouting, but immediately get met with Dark Menace's Lings. And Dark Menace's Lings are actually going out looking for the surround on the retreat.
Right now, despite all of that, both the Pulled the Boys opponents are ahead in supply. We're in the 50s for them, the 40s for the Angry Space Hares.
Yeah, it looks like maybe they just overstayed their welcome a little bit with the Reapers. Unfortunately, they couldn't really tip the scales in their favor.
Like I said, that's the big judgment call for any kind of rush. When to just keep your foot on the gas, or when to kind of stop and transition.
Exactly. So looking at the transition here, it looks like this is going to transition into standard Marine tank, which is a pretty good composition versus both the Zerg and Protoss in this matchup. It's very meta at this point.
Alright, we've got a Warp Prism that's on the way from Neutrophil, and I'm going to say again, you can really abuse those pocket bases when it comes to Warp-ins, drops, or air.
Yeah. So Dark Menace going for range attack, Roach Speed, and Carapace here. So this is an interesting choice. Typically Ling Bane is played in this matchup, or Ling Bane Roach Ravager. Looks like he's electing to really invest in the Roaches specifically. So one thing that I'm thinking here is maybe he's looking to buffer for Neutrophil's army, which is going to have higher range, but he can be the meat shield.
Yeah, tanks, of course, very hard to break. And yeah, look at that Changeling, just kind of hanging there next to the tank. I think that's one of the big reasons why they chose not to move ahead on that attack just yet. Here comes the Warp Prism, though. And I do not see a lot of defenses in the back there.
Oh, definitely not. Looks like several Adepts going in, looking for some worker kills here.
And here's where they can decide, like, whether to double down with harassment or whether to, as they say, hit the front at the same time. Right now, Dark Menace just staying back for the moment.
Yeah, staying back, macroing up, securing his 4th base, tearing down those rocks. That could easily be his 5th base from there with the Rich Vespian Geyser.
I just want to say, yeah, exactly. The Rich Vespian Geyser was one of the big changes that got added in the Community Edition version of this map. We still have plenty of expansions all over the place that are gold minerals.
Oh yeah, this map has tons of gold mineral fields. So Dark Menace is spreading his creep down the center, which is basically going to reserve that space for him to expand. Curious where Neutrophil will take his 4th base. But yeah, this map is loaded with resources.
Yeah, this map also very wide open, which can heavily favor like mass Zerg, mass gateway.
Or mass drop, for that matter. There's tons of different angles that you can go in. So a bunch of Zealots going into the back, looking for some more worker damage. Meanwhile, Chatomic and Lighthood pushing down the center with the Marine tank army. This is a very sizable.
We have more harassment going over at the top of the map too during all of this.
Yes, tons of worker kills going down by Neutrophil on Chatomic and Lighthood spaces. Decent Baneling connections. The tanks still kind of stand. And there's a lot of bio damage left over. Huge storm on the Marine Marauder, though. But is it enough? It looks like they still have a ton of damage here. they desperately need to reinforce this because subsequent waves of units and those storms really going to tear this apart.
What? Yeah, they haven't really been moving their units away from the storms. That's been the big issue here. The storms have been able to really get maximum damage, but Neutrophil is hurting. Although, meanwhile, Dark Menace, over 100 supply at the moment, and you better believe he knows what to do with it. And yet more Zealots just coming in here. This could take its toll. They still don't have third bases up, and their naturals have been hit over and over in the worker lines.
Yeah, that Warp Prism is completely uncontested at this point. I would love, like, one of them to build a single Viking just to patrol around and try to prevent these attacks from going through.
Absolutely, a Viking or a Cyclone, anything.
But yeah, I think with that last push, it was maybe just a classic case of, like, an overextension. They didn't have quite enough to, like, really deal with, like, huge Zealot Warpins every 20 seconds, and obviously Zerg's naturally high production.
We got 4 mutas just over to cause some mischief. Meanwhile, Neutrophil, rather than taking one of the gold bases, he has taken one of his classic hidden corner bases. Yeah, this is the big thing. They just don't have a lot of, easily movable anti-airs. So they are going to be chasing these Mutalisks around for a while. They don't have missile turrets anywhere.
Yeah, so looking at the worker count right now, Dark Menace really leading the charge at 73 drones, Neutrophil having 41, and then Lighthood and Chatomic having around 29 and 30, with just Mules supplementing that.
Those mutas
almost turning into an all-in.
Yeah, those Mutalisks, that's just 4 of them. He didn't invest much in them. Look at all the Zerglings and Baneling that he's got ready to go.
Great splits, but there's just way too much here. And GG.
Just like that, GGWP. And Pull the Boys have taken the first of these 2v2 maps. So they are at match point right now. If they get one more win in these 2v2s, they get the championship. And we're going to be moving on to New Bed of Chaos, because I really like the name of that map.
Yeah, these are new 2v2 maps in the map pool. Curious how much both teams have played on them.
Unlike the 1v1, they kept some of the previous season maps in 2v2, 3v3, and 4v4. But yeah, they threw in a couple that were straight out of the most recent TLMC.
Yeah.
And this is one of them. Although this is kind of a more standard sort of 2v2 setup. Bases right next to each other, no pocket bases. But very much sort of these vertical expansion paths on either side of the map.
Yeah, so given that the Reaper Harass didn't really work out in the last game, Pull the Boys has to be very happy about that one. So yeah, just in terms of like the mentality going into game 2, probably thinking that the other team is going to play more standard, and they're just going to try to run away with the game again.
Alright, looks like we are ready. So we are either going to end it here, or if Angry Space Hares ties this up, we will be going to a 1v1 ace match on Old Republic.
Yeah, after a long season where both of these teams have worked very, very hard.
Alright, Neutrophil's classic HFGL. You'll notice he does that almost every time. But, in the meantime, in the upper left, we have the Yellow Terran. He is
Lighthood.
And his teammates, the Terran in the orange. We call him
Somebody call for an exterminator.
And they are playing for
Angry Space Hares.
And in the bottom left at map point, they just need one more win to secure the finals. The pink Zerg, we have
Dark Menace.
his neighbor, his brother, and his teammate. We have the green Protoss. His name is
Neutrophil.
And they are playing for the team of
Angry Space Hares. Hold the boys.
Alright, so Neutrophil moving a probe to, I don't know, a fairly, suspicious place. He is putting down a pylon. It is looking like Pull the Boys want to make the first move this time around.
Yeah, curious what this is going to be. Terrans, obviously, first thing that they're going to do is make a wall. What kind of bust are they really going to go for here?
Yeah. And this map, very easy to wall off main.
Oh,
now, it gets trickier as you get to your naturals, though. It looks like Lighthood's getting the command center ready. Couple of Reapers are on the way. No factory yet.
Yeah, I know Dark Menace and Lil Reaper have played aggressive openings in the past.
Well,
where
Dark Menace and Neutrophil this time around.
Yes, this time around to Dark Menace and Neutrophil. But I'm curious if Dark Menace is going to join on this aggressive push if this turns out to be a proxy.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, it is a proxy, no matter how you look at it. It's a question of just how much they're going to be investing in it. We're only now starting the Zerglin speed. That's be tricky. I mean, one missing gateway isn't always as big of a tell as, like, when it comes to, let's say, Terran production structures. And look at how he milked, like, every health point to keep those Reapers alive, but still move them back. And that was actually both of them. They're both reaping together.
Looking at the proxy, we do have a robo choice and a gateway being built there.
Right. So both likely maybe Immortal Stalker?
That's what I'm thinking. An Immortal push to break down the expansions at the front. Breaking down the main might be a tough sell given how tight that ramp is. But they could definitely, if they choose to be very aggressive here, force those bases to lift. Dark Menace actually making 7 roaches right now.
Yep.
And
it is going to be a big anti-armor push.
Yeah. So given the fact that he's only mining from 1 gas geyser here, this probably will not be any significant amount of Ravagers. This is just going to be a ton of volume, just as many roaches as you can. Break down the that they have at the front, force the command centers to lift. Meanwhile, they will have their own expansions to mine from securing a lead.
Yeah, and he's adding even more over at that proxy location. Another gateway, another pylon. So this is pretty dedicated. That's stuff that they will not have access to on their own side of the map. Starport's on the way, but 1 siege tank each.
Yeah, Dark Menace going in, notices that there's a tank and backs off a little bit. What they want to do here is like move as a unit here. Pierce like on one side very heavily. The boys are being pulled against them to see if they can get around on the units.
Plenty of Marines coming to back up. Marines are a good answer to this. They're light units.
Losing a ton of workers though in this defense.
Absolutely, they got that bunker to fall back on, but it's not going to last long. Get these Immortals. Here we go. Both teams trying to get their units together, and we do actually have a couple of vials.
Yeah, but only what is that? Like 10 Marines versus that many armored units. I don't know if they have enough
I
here.
think this is already over. Dark Menace and Neutrophil in the 50s, Atomic and Lighthood in the 30s.
Atomic sieging the tank right there near the edge, but immediately gets sniped. Lighthood's tank also gets sniped as well. And GG!
We pulled the boys, have taken the big one. Or they're about to. I think we're still waiting on Lighthood.
Neutrophil.
And there you go.
Menace.
It is what it is.
Well played, guys. Well played.
Hello. GG's.
All right, congratulations to Pulled the Boys, our FSL Team League champions.
Congratulations.
You sounded so defeated.
Yeah, bro. I am so disappointed on myself.
Yeah, I kind of messed up the first game.
It's okay.
We
It's
opted
okay.
for content.
Those were very aggressive, and both games we had a team that was not wasting much time there.
Yeah.
Uh,
But they
just-
came up ahead.
Yep, excellent control all around. Pulled the boys, you've been, trying to stay ahead of Angry Space Hares. Finally, you've taken it.
GG, guys. Actually,
Alright,
I'm gonna have to go.
Oh,
find
okay.
somebody else. Sorry, guys.
Alright, we will do that, and we will bring in the Pulled the Boys team.
I really wanted for my Marines to play AK-47, but they didn't want to.
Okay. You got it.
These
the
bad
play.
Marines.
Alright, we're gonna bring in
I'm gonna get back
as
on.
much of the team as we've got available. Congratulations to Pull the Boys.
That's good.
Also, we should
Very
talk about
long
the season
drawn-out.
awards.
Alright, have we got those figured out? Do we have someone to present them?
Yeah,
I think
Nacho
Max
sent
just
in
did.
a private message, so we could talk about that after.
Oh,
Did he?
I haven't gotten it.
I thought he was saying they wouldn't be available for this broadcast.
Okay. And that's all good. But yeah, let's get as many of the Pull the Boys on camera.
I think I rejoined. I had quit out.
Fair enough.
Camera off before, but it's
I
on.
still do not have a camera on this computer in person. No phone.
Shampone, we are gonna orbital drop you a camera.
Can we fly a drone in over?
I
would be
maybe
cool.
so.
Yeah, one of you guys should probably talk about the season awards. But welcome everyone. We got Von Lipwig, we got Little Reaper, we got Monkey Shaman, all members. Thanks Nucleo and.
I know we're going for a shorter
recording.
season next year, but I gotta say I really enjoyed this, having some sort of StarCraft going on almost every week for past 5,
For a
6
very
months.
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so some of this is a work in progress. We're still figuring out some different ways, but I'm really excited about some of the ideas for next time. I'm excited. I mean, it sounds like most of the Pulled the Boys are going to be returning. You're not going to be letting the other teams rest easy.
Little Reaper does already haunt their dreams.
Reaper's a menace. He's everyone's favorite Code. Code/Codex.
Here's the Reaper.
Yep.
You have it on Discord if you want the season awards later.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I probably have to go soon myself. Nacho says, yeah, there's a family event coming up. So yeah, we will do that very soon, and we can also have that go hand in hand with announcements for some of the changes we've finalized. But yep, I'm gonna be signing off. But yep, again, Pulled the Boys. Scary, scary group of boys.
Let's host a virtual trophy. Whatever you got, Andy.
We'll have to get a animation for the trophy next time. Put it on everyone's screen.
Good call.
Heavier trophy, Neutrophil. Heavier trophy.
Yeah, I just look forward to this every week, even if we weren't playing. I appreciate that FSL exists, and I'm super stoked for next season because it seems like we're going to get a lot more organized, and it should lead to some further exciting matches and good head-to-heads with everybody being pretty closely ranked together in their groups.
Absolutely, and we even have a question here for in the chat. How do we join? If you message Hyper Turtle on Discord, he will give you the rundown. See if you're a good fit, and you can potentially join any one of these teams. Yeah, like Von Litwick said, next season we're gonna have a little bit more organized in terms of the matchups, leading to some better games. Yeah, really excited to see more from everyone here. Yeah, and it's been super fun participating. I share the sentiments.
Yeah, thank you guys, and I know Turtle had to.
As well before we go, just having a Code B player show up consistently was so key to our success this season.
Thanks. I mean, you were like the most consistent like force on the team, even when you didn't get to play. So, yeah, I think that we did have awesome team cohesion, and just people are cheering each other on in like every game in the chat, doing some practice. So feels good.
It's definitely very fun to watch our matches as a team, and we all blow up the chat after every round.
Yeah. All right, I gotta run. I have birthday stuff for me and my daughter. But GG's, guys. And
GG's.
Happy
see you soon. Yeah.
GG's.
Good, thanks.